Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lions Den with another news and commentary. If you're new to my channel, make sure you like, click, share, and subscribe for more news and commentary. Now, normally I don't talk about sports on my channel, but I want to talk about this situation. However, now, if you those of you that loves football like myself, there's been some lawsuits filed against Houston Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson. Now, before I read this article, and shout out to Sports Rush for this, they're claiming that 14 women are now, called by their same attorney. They filed a lawsuit against Deshaun Watson of sexual assault. Okay, ESPN's First Take host Molly Qerim put her 2 cents in, and it's so basically sad that she didn't say anything about Chad Wheeler, but come out and go and attack Deshaun Watson for really over allegations, right? And again, we don't even know if this is true or not. As you know, if this is if Deshaun Watson, I'm going to read this article in a second. If Deshaun Watson committed a crime, why they file charges instead of go file a lawsuit? I'm just saying. So with that being said, let's read it. Let's read this article, and this article comes from Sports Rush. It says Deshaun Watson needs to lay low, and NFL needs to deal with this. First Take host Molly Qerim asked for the NFL, which I don't understand why, but let's continue, to put Deshaun Watson on the exempt list. Okay. ESPN's Molly Qerim weighed in on Deshaun Watson's sexual assault allegations after 16 lawsuits. Well, I guess they increased because it was 14. But okay. After 16 lawsuits against the Texans quarterback, Qerim urged the NFL to do more than just take the matter under review. After 24 total claims, Qerim suggested that the NFL put Deshaun on the commissioner's exempt list. The exempt list is a special status that can be placed on players by NFL teams during unusual circumstances. The list includes all the players who have been declared by the commissioner to be temporarily exempt from counting within the active list limit. I'm going to stop you right there. So, Molly Qerim wants the NFL, because she's one of them feminists, but yet she wants the NFL to basically saying put Deshaun on this over the exempt list over allegations that we don't even know if it's true or not. But that's what Molly Qerim is doing. She's basically one of the feminists, and this is the same Molly Qerim that married former NBA player Jalen Rose, right? So she basically telling of course, the NFL, which is including Roger Goodell and others, that we want Deshaun Watson over allegations. This is just allegations. This ain't no he wasn't even arrested. He wasn't even charged with sexual assault or none of that. It's just over allegations. So in other words, he wants them on the exempt list. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna continue reading this article. She didn't say anything about Chad Wheeler. Chad Wheeler was the Seattle Seahawks offensive tackle. He was literally beating the hell out of his black girlfriend. Now, when I posted on a tweet my response on this, there's an idiot responding, well, in other words, he basically tried to say, well, he was off his meds. I'm talking about Chad Wheeler's situation. He was off his meds because he was bipolar. What does this have to do with him beating the hell out of his black girlfriend? I'm just saying. This ain't got nothing to do with that. It's like the guy just defending what Chad Wheeler's done. But that's another video. Let's continue with this article, y'all. And this is a tweet from BR Gridiron, and says a 14 woman has filed a civil suit against Deshaun Watson, alleging sexual assault and other inappropriate conduct. She said she believes, now this is what she said, that she believes Watson is a serial predator. Now remember, I'm gonna continue reading this article. Deshaun Watson he's wanted to leave the Houston Texans for months because after basically, they don't treat Deshaun Watson the way he want to be treated. They don't give him the money. I mean, he really deserves. So basically, he's fed up with Houston. He fed up with the Texans, and he wants out. Now all of a sudden, all these allegations are coming out, and the same Houston Texans said, "No, we want him to stay in Houston, right?" But then all of a sudden, I wouldn't be surprised he'd be sitting out the entire season. But all these allegations still coming out against him. All of a sudden, all because he want out of Houston. Let's continue. And there's another tweet said Deshaun Watson is either illegal. These are people are trying to assassinate this man's character. So they say Deshaun Watson is either a legal sexual predator or this one of the most ruthless character assassinations in sports history. And either way, holy hell. That's one person said. So let's continue. They said the NFL spokesperson Brian McCarthy said last Wednesday that the matter falls under the league's personal conduct policy is under review. Being one of the few female sports media personalities, Qerim took it upon herself to put the NFL to be more proactive. In other words, she's a feminist. She's basically saying, well, I want the NFL to do right and put Deshaun Watson over the exempt list over allegations. We don't even know if they were true or not. In other words, let him be guilty until proven innocent. But then you have a player like Chad Wheeler, and if people know about, well, nobody knows who Chad Wheeler is, it doesn't matter. He's still a football player. He was basically beating the hell out of his black girlfriend. You notice that the NFL didn't suspend him or they didn't kick him out of the league like they did with Ray Rice. And Ray Rice caught on, and then the people won't say, well, Ray Rice, they caught him on video punch his then fiance, now wife, in the elevator. But you see pictures of Chad Wheeler's girlfriend, his black girlfriend, of course, bruises all over her face and body. And you telling me the NFL ain't doing nothing about that? Or Molly Qerim ain't saying anything about that? But okay. But then you have quarterback Deshaun Watson, who's feeling 14 allegations against him. And I know Stephen A has a lot to say. Well, this isn't good for Deshaun Watson. Basically all these allegations coming out, and the only reason why the allegations coming out is because Deshaun Watson wants out of Houston. He don't want to play with the Texans anymore. He wants to go elsewhere, and then Texas was basically don't want him to leave anywhere. And now all of a sudden these allegations are coming out. So I'm going to continue with this article. It said Molly Qerim spoke up on the NFL's investigation. And this is what she said. Given the seriousness and quantity of these allegations, we are talking 14 lawsuits and 24 total claims. And we are only 10 days in, Qerim said. I personally, as a woman, would like to hear more from the NFL. The matter is under review. It's just simply not enough. That's interesting because you didn't say that about Chad Wheeler. How he beat up his black girlfriend, right? And then this is, again, Molly Qerim married to Jalen Rose, the ex-basketball player, and an ESPN commentator. Really. Yet, you basically didn't say a word about Chad Wheeler. And I know a lot of people going to come out and say, well, Molly Qerim don't know Chad Wheeler. It doesn't matter. He's an athlete. He's a football athlete from the Seattle Seahawks. And that's what I'm saying. This is a double standard, in my opinion, on who they can go after and who they can't go after. And this is ridiculous. I'm going to continue reading this article. It says, we have an opportunity to be proactive rather than reactionary. But that's what you just did, Molly. Anyway, that has been the knock on the NFL. You can get in front of it, you can acknowledge it. You can't condemn the behavior and address it. Okay, and then they say if I'm the NFL, I'm putting Deshaun Watson on commissioner exempt list. This is what Marley Curran just said, y'all. I look at this way. He is getting protected and getting paid. He needs to lay low, and they need to deal with this. Marley Curran added, and when and if his name is clear, then he can return. But yet you didn't say anything about Chad Wheeler. This is what trips me out about this. It trips me out when you have a sports, a sports commentator, a host, wants the NFL to put a player over allegations, 14 for over allegations, regardless, and without even proof. There's no evidence as of yet. Now, if there's evidence of Deshaun Watson do anything wrong or wrongdoing on his part, yes, then the NFL will seek action. But until that happens, that's only allegations, and the attorney is seeking money. Now, if Deshaun Watson committed a crime, he should face consequences. He should go to jail for those crimes. But so far, let the NFL, let the investigation plays itself out. But now you have all these allegations against Deshaun Watson, but didn't say anything about the Chad Wheeler situation. It's an issue. Let's finish this article. It says, but when I am saying 24 total claims against him, you can't have this man on the football field right now. Address it. He can continue to get paid, and he can return when he cleared his name. This is what Molly Qerim just said. But yet you didn't say anything about the Chad Wheeler situation. And Chad Wheeler's still playing football right now. This is what I'm saying. They pick and choose who they're going after, right? They pick and choose. Oh, okay, let's get Deshaun Watson. He wants out of Houston. He want to play elsewhere. All of a sudden, all these allegations are coming out. And so Marlon Curran spoke up on the opportunity for the NFL to show that they have the desires to protect women, with nearly half of the NFL's viewership coming from women. Women support the NFL, and it's about time the NFL replicates the same. And that's the end of ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of the Sports Rush article. See, y'all, I'm seeing a double standard right now. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna see if I can play this, ladies and gentlemen. I pray that the reaction can allow me to play this. Again, you won't see the video, but you will hear the audio of what Molly Qerim is saying. But I'm gonna then after that, after this video, I'm gonna respond in a major way, because again, it shows you who they can pick and choose, who needs to be on the exempt list and who isn't. So let's go ahead and listen. And again, reaction when I show you video, which you will hear the audio of what Molly Qerim said. So let's listen to this, and I'm going to finish the rest of my commentary. Okay, guys. I'm trying to wait and see if they can play. If not, I'm not worried about it. I just finished up what I'm about to say. So give me a few minutes. Okay, y'all. It's not gonna play. Here's how I feel about this. If you want to judge a person, if you want to go after a person, go after everybody who's been accused of this. You know, Deshaun Watson over allegations. We don't even know all these filing lawsuits is a 14 altogether. We don't even know if this is true or not, right? But then when you think about Chad Wheeler's situation, she had to say a word, not one word about the allegation. And I know, again, I received people from Twitter asking me, well, she don't know Chad Wheeler. It doesn't matter whether she know him or not. He's a football player. He's the offensive tackle of the Seattle Seahawks. He's one of those offensive guards of the Seattle Seahawks. And you telling me That you're not gonna say a word about that the situation, but yet with the Deshaun Watson, oh okay, all of a sudden, oh let's get at him. 14 lawsuits filed, and the lawsuit's all about money in the situation, not charges or being arrested. Ever since Deshaun Watson wants to leave the Houston Texans because he isn't happy there, and the Houston Texans are trying to strong arm him to stay in Houston, all of a sudden these allegations are coming out. Does that make sense to y'all? Y'all let me know what you think about this. This is just ridiculous. And again, it shows you, Molly Qerim, that before you judge anyone, make sure that the facts is correct, or make sure that he really did do those things, because these are really allegations. It's not like he really. This is basically let the man go to court first. Let the man fight this in court before you judge anyone. Y'all let me know what you think. Like, click, subscribe, and remember to click the notification bell for all the news and commentary. With that being said, this is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.